Help support the show by joining the Patreon or becoming a YouTube member. Also, hit that like button and subscribe if you want more Browns-focused content. But, you know, I wanted to bring in TYVIS, not only talk about quarterbacks as we did earlier, but to let him shine, to beam with pride from his alma mater. You know, I don't know if you guys know this, but TYVIS Powell, he went to a little school down in Columbus called Ohio State University. Played some football over there, right?
Mm-hmm. Look, okay, you know, a little bit of my thing. Made a couple plays.
You know what I mean? A couple plays here and there.
You know, yeah. I do.
You know, play some schools, I guess, that people will recognize, right? Alabama.
I was able, you know, beat Alabama, beat Oregon, you know, teams like that. Nothing made Notre Dame beat
Notre Dame. I feel like Ohio State always beat Notre Dame.
We have been beating Notre Dame for quite some time. I actually don't remember the last time Notre Dame won.
When the last time Notre Dame beat anybody in a significant, like, big boy game? Well,
last year in the playoffs.
They beat Penn State, right?
They beat Georgia. I want to say they beat Georgia too. I'm pretty sure they did.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They played. Didn't they play? They played Georgia in the second round because Georgia had the bye. I'm pretty sure they played Georgia and they beat Georgia. Then they beat Penn State, and then they went
Georgia
to the
had the bye. I thought they lost the championship last year because the quarterback got hurt.
No, Georgia beat Texas, I think. Or did they? I don't remember now.
Texas played Ohio State, right?
Did Texas get the bye? I feel like Georgia got the bye. I don't know why I think that.
We would have to
Who won the SEC championship? That's the question.
That's the real question. I don't remember because I don't root for any SEC schools. But let me.
I feel like it was Georgia.
It would not surprise me if it was Georgia. Let's see right here.
Because Texas played Arizona State.
So last year, Georgia had to bye.
That's what I thought. They played Notre Dame.
Notre Dame played Texas A&M. Well, no, Notre Dame played somebody in the first round. I think Indiana.
Yeah, they beat
and
Indiana.
They smacked Indiana. And then they played Georgia round 2, and then Penn State after that.
I believe that's correct.
Okay, yeah, they beat some. You gotta give Penn. My bad, Notre Dame. My bad, dog. I didn't mean to do y'all like that. But Ohio State alum TYVIS Powell here. Obviously, he does a lot more than just be an alum of Ohio State. You've been covering the team, following them closely on the Big Ten Network. This is is it fair to say that this is a very talented football team that Ohio State has?
They're probably the most talented team in the country. Like easily best talented team in the country.
All right. So you would say there's a lot of pro prospects on this squad.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So when you watch Ohio State on Saturdays, and I'm going to drop this video on Saturday, so I'll try to get some of that Ohio State traffic, you know.
It's funny. Come on.
It's like singing a fight song, which is shit. But 11 Warriors, right? But Ohio State has a lot of talent here. Browns need some talent, especially on the offensive side of the ball. When you look at prospects coming out of Ohio State, who are the people that pop up in your mind just in general, both sides of the ball?
Well, really, obviously, Carnell Tate is the number one guy that a lot of people want the Browns to go after. And Carnell Tate's a 6'3", 6'4" wide receiver, been very explosive this year down the field. He's like, to me, one of the most pro-ready because of the way he controls his body. He's one of those guys that right now he's playing in college, but he's going off of pro rules, meaning he's doing the 2-foot down thing. He's a really solid guy. He's been a pro since the day he stepped on campus. So he carries himself really well, carries himself like a pro. I think that's what the Browns need. So I think that he's a guy, obviously, is the first person that jumps off. If you want to go on the defensive side, Caleb Downs, obviously, Ronnie Hickman's contract, I think, is coming up this year. So they got to make a decision there. Caleb Downs is the best safety in college right now, can play in the box, can play in the. His post work these past couple of weeks, man, he been really good in playing in the post. Like, this dude be reading that quarterback. He been breaking on like dig routes, popping the ball up, getting interceptions and stuff like that. So he is the most complete safety that I've ever seen. I mean, when it comes to open field tackling, he's a guaranteed tackler. He doesn't miss tackles. I know a lot of people want Arvell Reese. Obviously, he's from Cleveland. I don't know how I feel about the Arvell Reese thing because we run a 4-3 defense, and I think he's more suitable of a 3-4. Like, to me, he's like a TJ Watt. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that outside backer. And if you watch Ohio State play, they treat him as such, where they put him on the outside and let him rush the edge like that. When it comes to just straight drop back coverage, I'm not saying that's his strong suit. So for him to go to a 4-3, I don't think that would be the right thing. I think he's a 3-4 linebacker, outside linebacker in a 3-4 that you rush and, you know, have him pop out and play zone like that. If we don't really need no more linebackers, he's more of an edge rusher, which we don't really need that either, seeing that they
I
just
think the
signed
defensive
Alex
line
Wright.
is full.
Yeah. So I don't think we need that. Corner wise, I don't. None of the corners. Davidson Igbinosun to be fine, but we got Denzel and
Tyson
whatchamacallit,
Campbell.
what's his name? Tyson Campbell. So we good in that aspect. So Caleb Downs for defense, Carnell Tate for offense. I would take Max Clare for tight end. Max Clare is a really good tight end. He was just named first team All Big Ten as a tight end. Was at Purdue last year. Very productive year. Purdue was their leading receiver. Can be a big time X factor. You know how Kevin feels about those tight ends. If they move it off of David Njoku, I can see them definitely taking the Max Clare in the later round.
So when it comes to Ohio State, I have found this to be interesting about them. One, it feels like at times it's hard to evaluate their talent just because there's so much there and there's just not really a lot of great competition out there for them in college football. Hopefully the playoff provides more context to that. But also, it's like, how do you evaluate teams when they go up against Ohio State, right? Because we're talking about a game that's going to be happening when you watch this video today between Indiana and Ohio State. A lot of people are going to put a lot of stock into that game because that's going to be the best defense anybody's going to play all year, right?
Yeah.
You're seeing Fernando Mendoza go up against that. How do you evaluate for that? Because even for a team that's number 2 in the country and a very talented team in its own right in Indiana, there's going to be a little bit of a gap there where Ohio State just has the bodies and more bodies to throw at you.
Yeah, I just think that when it comes to the scouting department, when you look at certain guys, you have to look at their talent and see how they fit in your scheme. I think that's the mistake that people make. They look at a guy and be like, oh, he's this and that, and he's making all these plays. But like I said, with Arvell Reese, if you put him in a 4-3, I don't think he gives you the same. If you put him as a traditional linebacker in a 4-3, I don't think he gives you the same production as he would in the 3-4. So you have to be able to see that and be like, he's good, but could I utilize him as a DN? Like, would he work here as a DN? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But if I'm a 3-4, then yeah, that works for me. So I think that scheme matters. Being able to look at these players and say, like, this dude does this really well, and we run this. Like, offensively, when you look at Carnell Tate, it's like, for one, he's been showing his versatility these last couple of weeks. He's really been playing outside, but like these last couple of games, he's taken some reps in the slot, and he's actually been doing really well in there. So he can work the slot a little bit, but he's not primarily a slot receiver. So, like, if I'm the Browns and I look at Jerry Jeudy as my ex, and I wouldn't take him and say, oh, this guy can play my slot. Like that, no. That wouldn't work. Like, he'd be fine, he'd be good, but he wouldn't be as good as he should be. So I think when you're evaluating Ohio State, you got to look at what they do best and say, all right, this guy does this really well. We need this. So let's put him in the position where he can do the thing that he does best. And that's why a lot of people say that careers go up and down because certain coaches can put them in the right scheme and some coaches don't. And it's very obvious when they get to the next level.
Is that why it feels like some teams like just have a favoritism towards certain schools when you see they drafting? Because it usually is like what people talk about the Philadelphia, Georgia thing, But it's like, it's
Yeah.
all front seven guys, right? Like, it's all
Yeah.
defensive side of the ball. And it's like, oh, there's something about what they do at Georgia they think
Yeah.
translates
They
really well
probably.
to what they do at Philly.
I mean, you got to think about it. When you draft in a prospect like that in the first round, you want to get them on the field as quick as possible. So how do you do that? Well, okay, they speak the same language that we speak. They teaching the same techniques and scheme that we teach here. So I don't have to give him another crash course on trying to do that. I can just build off of that. I can help build his bag because I already know what his foundation is. It's the same thing that we preach. So like when you look at the Georgia and Philly thing, obviously Georgia is teaching the same things that Philly is doing. And it's so easy for those guys to come in because it's like, oh, I know we just did this at Georgia. You speaking the same language that I already know, so you get me up to speed really fast. So I think, yeah, that matters when you look at programs and organizations. You know, a lot of people go back to the same spots because if you hit once and it's like, oh yeah, this guy knew exactly what we wanted out of him. So let's go back, and that means that the wide receivers know this technique or this scheme or this style of play. So if I'm looking for that, let's just go back and go get another one because we don't have to spend as much time teaching him stuff that he already knows.
Or it's like you already got the Rosetta Stone to be able to translate easily what they do there. It'd be like, no, okay, we do this. It's a little different, but we know how to make that transition for players here at this spot. Because it's not going, Georgia doesn't one-to-one do what Philadelphia does.
Not at all.
But it's like there must be some sort of Rosetta Stone for them, right? Like, you know, because Ohio State defensive players have been all over the Browns defense. Same thing with like Michigan defensive players, and I'm like, oh, there must be something there with like Jim Schwartz and some kind of translation that's pretty simple for them. And you're starting to see the same thing with Oregon guys and like on this offense, because I think that's probably. We'll have that conversation another day. But yeah.
Dante Moore it is.
All I'm saying,
he was born in EC, so he got ties.
Yeah, that's why. Well, I'll just put this logic out here. It's pretty simple. They like Dylan. Like if Kevin is still here, right? Kevin really liked what Dylan did on tape. Kevin really liked what Dylan was doing at Oregon. And he mentioned, like, you hear him talk, he's like, Bo Nix is another name that he cares about. And it's like, oh, there's something in Oregon's offense at the quarterback position that they really think translates to what they want to do. Real quick, just want to let you guys know, Sleeper has a new offer here. They're offering a free $20 entry, no deposit required. And also, if you're a first-time user, you also will receive a 100% match on up to $100 when you use the promo code WORSTTAKE. Again, $20 free, no deposit required. Plus, first-time users also receive a 100% deposit match up to $100. Join Sleeper.
You know what it is? You know what it is? They play on time. They play on time. Like when I watched that, when we went to Oregon for the tailgate show and I looked at Dante Moore, I said he looks like Dylan Gabriel if Dylan Gabriel was taller. Like you're not gonna sack him because he's getting the ball out of his hands on time. It's like he's not sitting there. His processor was really fast. He knew where to go with the ball. So he's a taller Dylan Gabriel. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating because I was watching like him and like Mendoza's clips back to back, and it's like Mendoza's a quick processor, right? Like he goes through stuff pretty fast and he sees it and he's able to just. I think the most impressive thing for him is he can anticipate certain windows downfield, especially.
That's why this game is going to be so important for him from an NFL standpoint, because you're going up against Matt Patricia, former NFL Super Bowl DC. And the thing about Ohio State's defense is it causes so much confusion that you have to be good post snap. You have to be able to process it as you are taking the snap, because that's when the pieces is moving. They're going to show you something and they ain't going to move. And it's not just the quarterback. The offensive line got to figure that out too. And if he can process all that and still know where to go with the ball in a timely manner, like the NFL going to be like, oh yeah, this dude is bona fide number one pick in the draft.
It's going to be stupid. It's going to start getting stupid if he put like 40 up on Ohio State.
He put 40 up on Ohio State. He need to sit out for the rest of the year. Go and get ready. Oh man.
But it's been an interesting conversation we've had about the young guys on Ohio State. I want to end this by asking you a question that has nothing to do with the young guys on Ohio State. Are you as fascinated as me about Ryan Day completely beating all of these charges in 365 days like he did. Like, I've never seen somebody go from the heights of how many people wanted him fired. It was justifiable. Like, this time last year, people were like, nah, he need to go. I don't even want to see the playoff with him. He needs to go. It was like, everybody was like, well, you can't blame it. Like, yeah, I understand why you feel this way. Have you ever seen, this is the look, if you Kevin Stefanski, you need to have a picture of Ryan Day up in your office, because that is inspiration that you can beat these charges one day. Because Ryan Day beat all the charges in a year. He won a national championship and he beat Michigan.
If Kevin wants to truly save himself, if he ever goes to Pittsburgh and win in Pittsburgh, I think people will be like, man, like, come on now.
He like, week 1 next year, we going to set a tone right. Like, you want to get it right. If, let's say you draft a quarterback and there's some noise, we should have kept Shador on this. Let that dude go to Pittsburgh and win Pittsburgh. Nobody going to care no more. Right?
That's a fact. I swear to God.
Like, all the noise about Nick Chubb and all that stuff, and we moved off of him, and we wrong for that. And then Quincy went out there against the Ravens, and we ain't heard nothing since.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It's been quiet.
Ain't nobody brought up Nick Chubb name not one time.
I think he's been playing well for himself out there in Houston, right? Like, I think he got demoted a little bit, but he's been an NFL player out there. They were, how loud they be about him if we didn't have Quincy, but Quincy went out there. It's like, all right, man, we don't care no more. This is my only point about a quarterback. It's like, hey, man, if he's good, it's not gonna matter that Deshaun Watson is still technically here. Nobody's gonna talk about it.
Like, not at all, because it's over with. They know what it is. He know it. It's over.
Yeah, Deshaun gonna be in that background, just another dude in a hoodie, right?
Nah, he gonna be the backup for sure.
You think he gonna be the backup?
I mean, he getting paid $230.
Look, if they hit on the guy, they got their backup for the next 10 years on that roster. Bring little man out.
Emergency quarterback, huh?
Dylan Gabriel gonna be back up forever. Okay, if they land on somebody. Because also, here's another crucial role of the backup. You got a good quarterback. You ever notice this? The better the quarterback, the more and more they get a backup you don't want to see out there. Like, the really great quarterbacks, they got some questionable backups.
That's not true. Who's Patrick Mahomes' backup? Who's Josh Allen's backup?
Mm-hmm. Is it Mitchell Trubisky again?
Is Mitchell Trubisky still
I don't know. This is my point. The backups they do.
Justin Herbert got Trey Lance.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Ain't nobody screaming for Trey Lance to be out there no more. Look, Dylan Gabriel said, because look, nobody's going to want to see him out there. For whatever reason, people go like, nah.
Apparently he's loved in the locker room, according to his fiance.
Hey, look, I bet that's true. But, we're not talking about that. We just saying, like, look, if you draft a rookie, and you need that fan base to be patient with that rookie over the next 3 years, the best thing you could do is put Dylan Gabriel behind him, because it's like, all right, this is what we got.
This is Cleveland. They gonna say, they ain't gonna be like, I never thought I'd say this. Put Dylan Gabriel.
They're not gonna get to that point. They booed that man for coming in for one play. One play. He came in for one play. Everybody like, I don't know why the fiance mad. I'm like, I'd be mad too. Y'all booed him for one play?
He completed the pass.
He lost 3 yards. They booed him before the pass. They booed him after the pass, TYVIS. They just didn't like that he was out there.
That's messed. I feel bad for that guy. I really do.
I do. I understand why they lashing out. I'm like, yeah, I would too. And then look, if he leaves Cleveland, he gonna say whatever he want about these fans, and he probably gonna kill us in games, because that's the one game he gonna have motivation for. But if you get a quarterback next year, Dylan Gabriel, backup quarterback. Next 10, he gonna be Davis Mills. Okay. Okay.
But that's why they drafted him anyway. Mm-hmm. They said they figured he's gonna be a backup anyway. So it's what it is.
Well, yeah, it is going to be fascinating to see how they handle and juggle all of this stuff. It's fascinating to see what we think by the end of this month about certain quarterback prospects. I mean, Ty Simpson gets the SEC championship game against Georgia, so we get to see a team get 2 cracks at him, which I think is important, right? Because it's like, that doesn't happen that often in college football, where you get a team to game plan against you twice. So we'll see if what that second pass is for a guy who hasn't played multiple years too. I think that's really, really important to see. And then obviously Mendoza, Dante Moore is going to make the playoffs. So you're going to be able to see him against some plus competition. Again, very important for somebody who hasn't played much. But yeah, man, still can't believe Friday beat them Chargers. I was sitting there watching that Michigan game and I was just like, I wasn't even hating no more. I was just like, wow. He really about to get all, dog.
It is remarkable.
You ever see somebody beat a case you knew they was guilty? You was like, oh.
OJ did it.
Hey, look, and low key, right? They did it the same way OJ did. I would just throw money at this, dog. We gonna get the best lawyers we could get. Jeremiah Smith, $4 million, right? Like,
I mean, listen, he come back and he go back to back. It ain't nothing you can say.
Hey, look,
nobody can say.
By the way, nothing better for the players as far as their bag is concerned than for Ryan Day to become 2-time champion. Because you know how other coaches be feeling about Ryan Day. You know what they gonna say to themselves. You already hear them hinting at it. It's the budget, right? And what's that gonna lead to, TYVIS? Mo budgets. Like, what you think? Les, what's his name? Was the Ole Miss coach? Lane Kiffin. You heard him in the press conference. He already telling you what the game gonna be. He was in there like, yeah, man, I told my agent I wanted to make a decision that wasn't about money. Don't even tell me about the money. For me, I want to. Now, the NIL collective money, he made sure he knew that number going into it, right? Like,
as you should. That's what you got to do.
Look, why you think Penn State can't fill that job? Why you think Penn State can't fill that job right now?
They ain't do nothing but get every coach paid.
Look, that collective number must be disgustingly low.
I think it is.
That's what it. With somebody from BYU, like, nah, I'm good.
No, they got Crumble. The dude from Crumble Cookie was like, yeah, nah, we gonna pay you. You good? You stay here.
Yeah. When the dude from Crumble Cookie can blow up your plans at Penn State. With NIL
it is
money,
bad.
You ain't spending enough money, my dog. Like, yeah,
that's a shame.
Hey, look, the bag is about to expand. We are about to see some shameless stuff that's about to go down. If you are somebody who does not like the NIL landscape and you want to slow down, the best thing that can happen is Notre Dame winning the championship. That's not going to happen this year, though, right? Or one of these teams is like, we going to do this the old school way. But Ohio State probably about to run through that bitch. We already see it. Like, and if that happened, it's about to change everything, right? like when Miami in the 90s just popped up, it was like, oh shit, I guess we got to recruit a little differently now, huh? Like, what happened in the next 20 years?
It's sad because everybody already talking about the three-peat. They like, well, shoot, Julian and Jeremiah coming back for another year, so that's half the battle right there.
Yeah, Ohio State has the ability to do the college football and have an impact on it that Miami had in the 90s. Like, from when Miami blew up, from now, the amount of South Florida dudes in the league, that number has to be exponentially up. Like, the amount that they were recruiting, the stuff that people were willing to work through to recruit, it just became different. Ohio State, the amount of money people gonna spend, it's gonna be a day where Ohio State can't even keep up. Like, can you imagine that? But, all right, y'all, I gotta head out. TYVIS, thank you for joining us. You have a great day. Everybody else have an even better night. Peace.